the Malanda Lodge Motel, a tranquil retreat nestled in the lush Atherton tablelands in Queensland, Australia. On the surface, the motel seems like an ideal getaway, surrounded by tropical gardens, offering peaceful accommodations and a warm atmosphere. However, there's one room in this quiet sanctuary that holds a darker history. This is the story of Room 17, a room with a reputation that has intrigued both visitors and staff alike for decades. For those who have stayed in this room, something unsettling seems to linger in the air, something that can't be explained. In the 1960s, the land where the Malanda Lodge Motel stands was once home to a bustling abattoir. The workers were responsible for slaughtering livestock, and it was a harsh, grim environment. Tragedy struck when a meat worker was doing his job and fell into a vat of boiling oil and tragically lost his life. Though no one could have foreseen it at the time, many believe that this horrific incident marked the beginning of the strange occurrences that would plague the area for years to come. It is said that the spirit of the worker, or perhaps others, never left the grounds. Room 17, located near where the abattoir once stood, has since become the focal point of these eerie events. Some believe that the haunting began shortly after the motel was built, on the very same land where so much sorrow had unfolded. The first reports of strange happenings in Room 17 were subtle, small, seemingly innocent things that could be readily dismissed. However, as time passed, these events began to grow more frequent, and the stories from guests became harder to ignore. One of the earliest reports came from Noeline Stagg, a housemaid who worked at the motel. Noeline recalls cleaning Room 17 one morning. After she finished, she locked the door just as she always did. But when she returned later to check the room, she was shocked to find fresh footprints on the floor, despite no one having entered. At first, Noeline brushed it off as a mistake, but this wouldn't be the last time something unusual occurred in the room. She went on to report hearing strange sounds like footsteps, creaking floorboards, whispers in the air whenever she was alone in the room. It wasn't long before guests started sharing their own unsettling experiences. A few reported hearing strange, almost otherworldly sounds coming from the room. Some likened it to the low, mournful tones of a didgeridoo, an instrument associated with the local indigenous people. It's hard to know for certain, but some speculate that the sounds might be connected to the history of the land itself. Before the abattoir was built, this area was inhabited by Aboriginal people, and the unsettling noises could be a manifestation of the past, echoing through time. One particularly eerie incident occurred during a stormy night. A couple was staying in Room 17, unaware of its haunted reputation. As a powerful storm raged outside, they were suddenly disturbed by strange noises coming from within the room. When they investigated, they found nothing out of place, but the unsettling feeling lingered. As the storm intensified, lightning struck a large gum tree just outside their window, causing it to fall. The couple was shaken, both by the storm and the inexplicable occurrences they'd experienced earlier. It was enough to make them question what exactly had been happening inside Room 17. But perhaps the most chilling story came from a bride-to-be who had booked a stay at the motel in preparation for her wedding. On the night before her big day, she stayed in Room 17, unaware of its reputation. As she settled into bed, she began to hear what she described as blood-curdling screams coming from within the room. Terrified and scared, she immediately left the room and chose to sleep elsewhere, unable to shake the feeling that something dark was present. The next morning, she was too frightened to speak of the incident, but her actions spoke volumes. She left the motel as soon as she could, refusing to stay in Room 17 any longer. Despite these chilling reports, not everyone who stays in Room 17 experiences paranormal activity. For some, the room is just another part of the motel, offering a peaceful retreat away from the daily grind. Yet, for others, the strange happenings are too real to ignore. Over the years, The Malanda Lodge Motel has become known for its ghostly reputation. Though many of the guests who visit are simply looking for a quiet getaway, there's no denying that Room 17 has a presence all its own. The paranormal stories associated with the room have only added to its mystique, drawing both skeptics and believers alike. Some argue that these events are simply coincidences, but others are convinced that the land holds something far darker beneath the surface. Today, the Malanda Lodge Motel continues to stand as a peaceful retreat in the heart of the Atherton Tablelands, surrounded by acres of tropical gardens and boasting a relaxing atmosphere. The motel offers a sense of calm, though not without its ghosts. Room 17 remains a topic of conversation among visitors, and the stories continue to pass from one guest to the next. Whether or not you believe in ghosts, there's no denying that the motel holds a strange, otherworldly energy, especially in that one room. Perhaps someday, more will be revealed about the events that occurred on this land. But for now, the Malanda Lodge Motel, with all its history and mystery, stands as a reminder of the past, with the spirits of the past quietly lingering in the corners, waiting to be remembered. So if you find yourself in the Atherton Tablelands and happen to stay at the Malanda Lodge Motel, be sure to ask about Room 17. You might hear some chilling tales of the strange happenings that have occurred there, or perhaps you'll experience them for yourself.